Yes guys, I'm back with another one. Today I'm going to be talking about BTC. Is the bull run over? That's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be looking at Ethereum, have a little look at the liquidation heat map, Trump's tariffs, see what went on with the market yesterday because of them, and just overall having a look at the market in general. So yeah, let's get straight into it guys. So I'm on BTC Weekly, and as you can see, what I did point out in a previous video, if you look here, the range that we're in at the minute, it's just a range. So if I get a rectangle, and I put a rectangle over that previous range, that was the range we were trading in. Even if you'd have had the range there at that low, around this low, you wanted to see something like that down. So if you'd have seen, when I find my little drawer, so if you'd have seen something like, say this candle here did that and come out of the range, you probably would have seen more downside in BTC. But we didn't. What we seen was we seen a range that got created for, 245 days, which was a very long time. And this is what I'm seeing at the minute again in BTC. We're seeing another range. So if we take the wicks out of it, we just put the box around it, that's the range. So we've got the range at 104 and 92-ish. That's the range that we're in BTC. Again. Which, while BTC's in these sort of ranges, expect most of these altcoins to be getting smashed to bits. That's my personal opinion. So if we look at BTC here, at all-time highs, and then we go over and look at Atom, same time frame on the weekly, look at that. That is showing you we are in a downtrend, and we're not breaking out of that downtrend until we get back up above here. Then we'll probably get out of the downtrend. But we're not getting out of the downtrend. Take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum's a fine example. I had this marked out previous weeks. And this is what I'm looking at in Ethereum. To swipe all this out down here. Which it looks like it has with that wick. It has with most of that wick. And that's what we're looking at in ETH. And it's just the same again. We had a bearish fair value got there. I think that's a daily one. And it just dropped hard. We're in a downtrend on the daily. If you go to the daily and have a little look. A lot of people are going to see that as a buy signal. Which it does look like a buy signal. It really does. But what you're not seeing is, if you look at that move up, that's a 37% candle. From the range low at about 2,100. And now we're starting to retrace back down. Have we ever had a candle like that before? Looking previously, I can't see any candle that were like that before. Or even if we did, say we had this little candle here, it was never a move like that. That move yesterday was news driven. I'll tell you right now, that move yesterday was news driven. If you look at BTC, look at the way BTC moved up. Look at Ethereum's candle. Look at E's candle. Look at BTC's candle. Look at the difference in the candle. The candle's crazy. So going from the range, this was the low. This has been a supporting area for BTC. And it comes up 12%. And now we're starting to retrace again. We're down 4%. You know, and me looking at the market at the minute, like I say, we're just chopping. And this could go on for a long, long time. You know, we've had all-time highs. We're going back to where we were, having a little look. So, new all-time high, right there. New all-time high, right there. New all-time high, right there. All-time high, right there. All-time high, right there. All-time high, right there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all-time highs in one cycle. That's fucked up. If we go to the weekly and we have a little look here at this, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In a cycle, we had 6 all-time highs in a cycle. So let's go back to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've had 6. And I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, we haven't had alt season. Just in my personal opinion, I don't think we will get alt seasons like we had previously, due to the fact that you can go on to pump.fun or whatever it is and make a meme coin within 30 seconds and have it published on a mainstream, you know, trading platform within a week. We're not going to get them cycles anymore in most coins. That's what I think personally. So let's have a little look at total 3. Total 3. Daily. You know, we're in a parallel channel here. Trading down. You know, and a lot of people are going to be like, yeah. You know, I understand. It's a bull flag. That's what people are saying. It's a bull flag. But what if this bull flag fails and we break below and we come back down into here? To me, if that is a bull flag, that's what you want to see. And a lot of people are thinking, oh, we're going up here. We're going up here. We're going up here. I don't know how we can go up there. If you're just looking at the trading range that we're in 90% of coins. Let's take a little look at ETH BTC. Weekly. Look at the weekly. We are in a downtrend on the weekly. You know, until we see something like this, a breakout up above that downtrend, there's no trading ETH. That's just my personal opinion. Breaking up above here and testing this structure would be, as of now, there's no trade in ETH. And it was like yesterday, the movement in BTC. So if we go back to the daily, have a little look at the movement in BTC. So if we look at BTC, we got news here. The market were ready to do this. That's what the market were ready to do. Drop into this zone. We got the news. And then America came on. They'd had the news. And they pushed it up from where it was. But looking at the market structure, You know, me looking at the market structure, we've not broken the structure, but we've come back up and we've tested this structure here. You know, and it won't surprise me if we fall down from here. If I'm being honest, we just need to come and tag this gap. Just come and tag the gap. Then we can continue. Until then, we're in a range, and it's a horrible, horrible range. But like I say, the news, what come yesterday, made the market pump. The news what come over the weekend, I think it started Friday, where they were going to put a 30% tariff on China bringing goods in, Canada bringing goods in, Mexico bringing goods in. They sorted the deal out, so it's only 10% now. And the market reacted. So it's a hard market to trade at the minute, unfortunately. But that's just the way it goes. Others getting smashed. What can I say about others? Apart from it's getting smashed. The dollar. You know, we've got that gap on the 4 hour that we filled. It wouldn't surprise me now if the dollar starts to rally up. Going into the daily, it really wouldn't surprise me if the dollar starts to rally from here. Back up into these zones, like I've said previously. Because that's not really... That was a breaker structure there. But it came back in. Reclaimed structure. And we're at the top of the structure right now. We had a breaker structure there. So... You know, I'd have my wits about me in this market at the minute, because it could go either way. What else did I want to have a little look at? I want to have a little look at the... Oh. So we'll look at the S&P. And what you've got to think is these markets are highly correlated between each other. So the S&P's in an up parallel channel at the minute. So if you were looking at that there, one second. So if you were looking at that other thing as a bull flag, technically, isn't that a bear flag? Technically. Just from my perspective. Because we've had this sort of thing before. That's just me looking at it, you know, as a neutral. Because I ain't really got much in the SPY, SPX, whatever you want to call it. S&P 500. I ain't got much money in this. But at the minute we're below the midpoint. Breaking below here now could see us come all the way back down. We've had another new all-time high in the S&P 500. So, you know, it's just it's food for thought, you know, just to keep your level head in this trading range that we're in at the minute. So if we go and have a little look at USDT dominance, and it's the same with dominance. We're in a range. We're not breaking either way. That trend line there is a major, you know, multiple yearly trend line that we've had on. That's your down sloping trend line. And it could break either way. You know, we have broken down, but this seems to be, at the minute, 1, 2, 3, a very, very big supporting area in the USDT dominance. And, you know, we could possibly do this for months. We're either going to break that way or we're going to break that way. You know, this is going to get to a point where it's got to break one way or the other. You know, and like I say, we've had a really, really, really good bull run. Most people probably don't think we have. But if you look here, November 22, and you actually get your measurement tool from there to here, it's dropped 60%, and it's been nearly it's probably is 800 days. Let me get it from the exact point where we started to decline to where we are now. That's 820 days. So, you know, it's one of them. I'm just using the facts from the charts to help me. So from here to here, 413 days. From here to here, 434 days. So it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me if USDT dominance breaks up out of this zone. Because it looks like to me that we're bottoming out. Like I've said previously, if this were a coin, I'd probably be long in this coin. Because we're at the bottom of the range. And this is a major, major supporting band for USDT dominance. BTC dominance broke down after a massive push up. So if we have a little look on the weekly, this to me is still in an uptrend. Yeah, we had a little fake out down here. Everybody got happy. Alt season, alt season, alt season, slam. Alts got wrecked. So we had this little tiny drop of about 11%. And then we've pushed from there back up 17%. Holding this range, if BTC dominance holds this range, it wouldn't surprise me if we come back up into here. Which is going to wreck altcoins. And BTC's going with it. You know, we've got a lot of news today as well. That crypto guy, he's going to be speaking later on today. So you're just going to have to be careful with your trades. Heat map. Let's have a little look at liquidation. Heat map. I think it were over they said it were over 2 billion liquidations in the past 4 days, which is more liquidations than the collapse of FTX and the COVID crash in 2 days. That's crazy. So 24 hours, we haven't got a lot up here now. Most of it's sat down here. 97, 97. We'll go to the weekly. Have a little look on the weekly on the liquidation heat map. So we've got a little bit sat up at about 106. Down below, most of it's been taken with that there. So you know you've got liquidation, you know, sat at around 106 at the minute. On the monthly, we've got a lot sat up here. 107, 109, 110, 111 ain't much. And then we've got a little bit sat down here at about 90k. 97.5. Let's go to the 6 month. Have a little look at that. We'll have a drink of my coffee. So if you look at the overall 6 month, this is a big, big time frame. So if you measure this out up here, say you've got what? Say about 30 billion sat up here. Right, now let's go through this down here. Just scanning it at the minute. So you've got about 30 billion sat up there. You've probably got, in this zone here, alone, possibly over 100 billion liquidation sat down here. Go to the yearly chart and let's have a look at the overall yearly chart. So say we've got about 40 billion sat up above. I know everybody's saying, oh, 120k, but if you look at 120k. There's not a lot there at 120k. These markets are liquid driven, yeah? So if they're liquid driven, why would it come up into here when there's about 30 billion sat up there? Maybe 50 billion. But below us, just in this little zone here in the 80s and the 70s, you've got more liquidity lying down here than you have here. Just in my opinion. You know, this is facts. This is showing you the facts. And that's just in Binance alone. So if we go to Bybit, have a little look at Bybit while we're at it. So look at Bybit. Look at all this liquidity down here in Bybit. Look at it all. You know, so if you had Binance, add Bybit, 150 billion, probably down into this zone. About, say, 80 billion sat up into there. Try to see another big crypto.com. I don't know what this one is. No, I don't think that's any good. Coinbase. A lot of liquidity. It's the same. It's all here. It's not there anymore. There isn't a lot up here. And yet it could wick and then absolutely smash down into these zones. You know, we've had this previously. So it's one of them at the minute in the market. The market's ranging. It's hard to figure out, you know, where this market could go. If I were a long-term trader, personally, you know, I'd probably be short in BTC. In my personal opinion, I'd be short in BTC. But that's my opinion. You know, you don't have to follow me. You do what you want to do. But overall sentiment of the market, to me, is down. That's my sentiment in the market at the minute. And I know people are like, oh, Trump's good for crypto, but since Trump's come in, what's really happened for crypto? Me personally, would be a really good thing if we dropped in, swept all this, and then we can continue up to these zones. Until then, you know, every time we keep going higher, liquidity keeps building below. And it's all it's going to take is 1 week. You know, they're just going to go bang. So, you know, be really careful with that. Sailor. We got a bit of news about Sailor yesterday. Look at this here. Look at how much he's down on that trade. 105k bought it at. 101k bought it at. 106k bought it at. And I think people now are looking at this and thinking, this guy's a bit of a sausage and he keeps buying BTC, but BTC keeps going down. So his dollar cost average is 64k. This market starts to come down and take out some of this liquidity down here, which is, you know, over 100 billion. Sailor's going to start sweating. Because I would. You know, he's up, what's that, 16 million, 16 billion, whatever it is. Why wouldn't you want to cash that out? You know, and I know he says it's a long-term investment, blah, 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 but why wouldn't you want to cash it out? I don't know if I can get the MicroStrategy chart up. I don't know what it's called. Is that it? Yeah. So if you have a little look at the MicroStrategy chart on the weekly, you know, it's in a bit of it's coming down at the minute. Its high were there at 543. You know, and you know, a lot of people could say that this is another bull flag and it could start to rally up. Or if we're breaking down, you know, it ain't going to look good for MicroStrategy. You know, and if this stock starts to fail and starts to come down, then, you know, it could get really sweaty for them. Look, it even says it here, fact of the day, MicroStrategy, the largest corporation, Bitcoin holder, saw a 5.7 drop in shares during market sell-off, aligning with a 4.1% decline in Bitcoin's price, which fell from over 105 to 95. So, you know, just have your wits about you, that's all I'm saying. Have your wits about you in this market. Because this market at the minute is very, very volatile. All the news coming out, you know, the new president, all this, it's getting very volatile. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to get off. I will bring another video at some point. I'll try and get another one out this week if I have time to. Don't forget my links, CWP links. We've got James's Baccarat indicators, Buy Me a Coffee links, Slim's bot links. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. And I will catch you in the next one. Happy trading.